So in this example, we have two currencies. The first currency is the USD, and the second currency is the euro. A German company expects to pay an American company $5,000, 5,000 USD. In 3 months' time. These are the amounts, these are the payment dates. If the following rates are quoted, which rate will apply? The first is the spot rates. The spot rates is the rate for immediate settlements. So that will not apply. A 1 month forward will not apply because the payment will be made in 3 months' time. Therefore, the 3 months forward will apply. 3 months forward will apply. Here we have two rates. 0.9225 to let me put it up here, 0.9280. So there are two rates here. We've been able to eliminate the spot rates and the 1 month forward, since the transaction will take place in 3 months' time. So the 3 months forward will apply. But now, which of these two rates will apply? Is it 0.9225 or 0.9280? Remember from the previous lecture, the first thing you want to determine is the quotation. Is it a direct quote or an indirect quote? From this question, is this a direct quote or an indirect quote? The company is a German company, remember? And the local currency for the German company will be the euro. If the pricing currency is in the euro, then it is a direct quote. But in this question, the pricing currency is in the USD. It's in the US dollar. So that means this is an indirect quote. For a direct quote, remember we said the bank will buy for a direct quote and the bank will sell. But for an indirect quote, the reverse is the case. The selling price comes first and followed by the buying price. So this is the first step. First step is to determine the quotation. Now, the next step is to look at the transaction. The next step is to look at the transaction. Is it a payable or a receivable? In this question, it is a payable. The company wants to pay. So if the company is making payments, it means the company will need to buy the foreign currency from the bank. In other words, the bank will be selling the foreign currency. So for a payable, the bank will always be selling. For a receivable, the bank will always be buying. So the transaction is a payable, therefore the bank will sell. And this is the selling rate, 0.9225. That is the rate that will apply. In this question, you are not asked to convert, but let me assume that you are asked to convert the $5,000 to the German currency. So how many euro will the company need to buy $5,000? Remember from the previous lecture that for a direct quotes multiply when converting, for an indirect quotes you divide when converting. How much will this be in the local currency? So 9225 divided by, this is 5,000 divided by 0.9225. That will give 5,420 approximately. 5,420 euros approximately when converted to the euro. If you convert using the second rate, this is your answer. This is the answer. But if you convert using the second rate, you will have 5,000 all over 0.9280, and this will give 53888 approximately. 5388. For the bank, since the bank is selling, the bank will want to make more money. So the bank will sell at the rate that produce the higher results, which is 5,420. The bank will not sell at this rate. The bank will buy at the lower rate and sell at the higher rates. Moving forward, a direct quote can be quoted at, a forward rate can be quoted at either a discount or a premium. Forward rate can be quoted at either a discount or a premium. If the forward rate is quoted at a discount, I normally advise students that look at the direct quote as the normal thing and the indirect quote as the abnormal situation. So if your company receive a discount, normally you want to deduct discounts. So the same thing with the direct quotes, you deduct discounts and you add premium. Deduct discount, that's the rule, add premium for a direct quotes. So looking at this question, the spot rate is this. This is the spot rates. And it is quoted at a discount. The quotation is in cents. So that is 3 cents. It's quoted in cents, that is 3 cents. So it's also assumed that the company is also a German company. It's also a German company. See, a continuation from the first question. So if that is the case, is this a direct quote or an indirect quote? It is indirect because the pricing currency is in the dollar. Indirect quotes. So if that is the case for an indirect quote, you will subtract discounts and add premium to arrive at the forward rates. Subtract discounts and add premium to arrive at the forward rates. So in 3 months' time, first of all, which rate applies? Still assume that it is a payable. Which rates will apply? I want you to just look at it before I saw which rate we apply out of these two rates, assuming the transaction is a payable. Okay, if the transaction is a payable, it does mean that the bank will sell. This is an indirect quote, so the bank will sell at this rate and buy at the second rate. Therefore, the rate that we apply will be 1.6697. Dollar to the euro. So what will be the 3-month forward rate? Since this is an indirect quote, it means that the discounts will be added. So indirect quotes, that means discount will be added. 1.6697 plus the discount of 0.03. That's on 3 divided by 100, this 3 cents. So to convert it to dollar, we'll divide by 100, 0. Therefore, the forward rate will be equal to 1.699 7. 1.6997. This is the second example. I want you to figure out this on your own. Which rate we apply to the following transaction for a payable? Assume that the company is also in Germany. So what will be the solution to this? What will be the solution to this? Which rates will apply? First of all, pick a spot rate and adjust it with the premium or the discount. So which rates applies? Let me give you a minute to solve that question. So if you have solved it, your final answer should be 1.6397. That should be the 3 months forward. 1.6397. If you have solved it correctly, this is what your answer will be. Example, let's look at the second example there. I did something like this in the introductory lecture. How do you adjust your spot rates using the plus or the minus sign? In this question, XYZ has a receivable of $650,000 that will fall due when? In 4 months' time. the following rates are quoted. So we have the 1 month forward, 2 month forward, 1 month forward, 3 months forward, and the 4 months forward. So it's not the 1 month, it's not the 3 months, but you are picking the 4 months forward. From the previous lecture, how do we adjust this to get the spread? It's now become plus or minus. The minus always comes first before the plus. So you do your adjustment first by saying 1.6100 minus 0.003. What would that give? That will give 1.6700. The same thing you do for the second. So this will be the first. The same thing you do for the second one, which is 1.6100. This time it will now be plus. We've done the minus. So the minus always comes first, plus 0.0030. Let me take this out and make it smaller, plus 0.0030. So the second rate will give 1.6130. 1.6130. You can rewrite this quotation to become 1.6700 to 1.6130. And the quotation there is dollar USD to the pound sterling. So this is USD to the pound sterling. Which rates will apply for a receivable? For a receivable, the bank is always buying. When you receive the money, you sell to the bank. But before you look at that, the first question you want to ask is, which quotation is this? Is it a direct quote or an indirect quote? From what I've taught so far, let me give you a minute to determine if this is a direct quote or an indirect quote. Okay, I hope you got it. Now, in this question, you are not told that the company is a German company or an American company. That's correct. What you can see that the foreign currency, the foreign receivable is $650,000. That means the USD will be the foreign currency, while the pound sterling will be the local currency. Now, if you look at the pricing currency from the quotation here, 1.6700 is in the foreign currency. So if that is the case, this quotation is an indirect quote. So this quotation is an indirect quote. And it does mean that for the indirect quotes, the selling price comes first, while the buying price follows. So that is the first step. Is it a direct or an indirect quote? Now you've seen that it is an indirect quote. The second thing is the transaction. The transaction. What is the transaction? It is a receivable. It is a receivable. That means the bank will be buying the dollar from the company when the company receives the money. So therefore, the rate that applies will be 1.6130. 1.6130. I hope that is the rate that you chose. 1.6130. So for an indirect quote, you divide while converting to the local currency. Let me take it a little bit up. So this is the adjustments. This is the adjustments that I saw. And since it is an indirect quote, our conclusion was that you will divide to arrive at the local currency. The appropriate rate is 1.6130. Therefore, the receivable will be 650,000 divided by 1.6130. That will give a figure of, in the local currency, 402,976. That is the value, that would be the value of the receivable in the local currency. In my next video, I will be talking on the four-way equivalence. How do you determine forward rates? We've looked at the forward rates, how to calculate the forward rates. That's what I will be teaching in the next video. There are four ways to determine the forward rates, either through the purchasing power parity, interest rate parity, international future effects, or the expectation theory. So all of these theories can be used to determine the forward rates, but your examiner most of the time asks questions on the purchasing power parity and the interest rate parity.